Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome to the press conference in Silverbirds Rhythm 93.7 Jos. It's an exciting, beautiful Wednesday evening, and we are glad to be back with you on the show. So, wherever you are, it's just a good time for us to, of course, welcome you to the show. So, permit me to say, welcome to the press conference on Silverbirds Rhythm 93.7 Jos. It's exciting to be with you, and we hope that you are ready to join us on the roller coaster edition of the program as always. We're here Mondays through to Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And what we do on the show, for those of you who are first-time listener, first-time listener to the show, we try to get behind the top headlines in the cuts of the day. We unpack them and, of course, bring you a perspective that otherwise you don't get to see or hear, as it were. And we do this dispassionately, and we're excited to be back with you today. My name is Samson Omar. It's good to be here.
Excited to be back today. My name is Okandi Ode. Good evening.
All right, Mr. Kandi, let's start off. There's a whole lot happening within the city, and I'm sure that we can talk about it, and several things are happening in Jos. Let's begin with the fact that the curfew, after a lot of speculation, fake news that were peddled, has been relaxed. You're just coming in from town. Was it like, are people now rushing to beat the 6 p.m. or they are still taking their time?
I know, I think they are relaxed. They are taking their time. It's just somewhere in Rampant Street, I had one person, I think that is a gentleman, he started finding his way. He said it will soon be 6. So let him start moving. So that is somebody who wants to stay within the limits of the law. But for a lot of others, they will still behaving as if nothing is at stake, since it's not approaching. But all the same, they are happy people that today they have more time to spend outside, to spend on their businesses. But again, going around the town as a reporter, there is something that I noticed from Jampano, all the way to Ola Hospital. That part of the town is too dirty. Damn too dirty. You see that end of Tafa Balewa that terminates at that Enugu road that comes from Jampano all to Tafa Balewa. The floors, the small rain that has fallen, the floors has packed everything packable. All the polythene bags they have used, pure water sachets, all the place is in a mess. I don't know whether the last sanitation exercise took place in that part of the area. But I think the Ministry of Environment or whoever is in charge of environmental sanitation should pay special attention to that part of the town. I believe there could be more in some other places like that. But I was there today. I saw the whole stretch from that Jenkwano, that small river crossing after the gate of Bingham Hospital, coming up to Ola Hospital. The place is not a nice place to be. It's not environmentally or sanitarily decent. It's not.
I mean, it's not just about Ola Hospital and the places you've called. I think that in the course of the Easter break, many workers also went on break. And we should be able to, for an agency that is very proactive, we should be able to project and say, look, once we have the first rain, I mean, because people have turned the gutters into dumping ground and all of that, once this first rain coming, of course, you definitely will know that it will throw a lot of this thing up and all that. Even the stench that's coming out of that place should, and people should move in, really. I mean, environmental and sanitation officials should be, or workers should move into these places and generally to have this place clean. I remember that when this government came into place, there was a lot of enthusiasm, especially by the agencies involved. They were quick, they were proactive, they were cleaning the gutters that had not been cleaned for years, and we appreciated them for that. But it appears after that first excitement and first push, it appears everybody is back to where we used to be, and I don't think that that's okay. Another thing I've noticed very close to what we said is that, look, from the Liberty Dam Road, where you have this new security station, yes, down to Lamigo Road, all the way to Kwang and to Rayfield, I see something very disturbing that's going on. These places are beginning to enjoy the light up PLATEAU, intention of the state government, and some of these street lights have not been there for more than a month. Mr. Ode, I've counted close to 6, if not 7, on that route where they've been knocked down by reckless drivers, and of course people and
by night marauders.
By night marauders. I mean, overnight, between yesterday and today, I've seen like 4 knocked down on that road, on that stretch of the road, from your way from that Liberty or that Lamigo Junction all the way to Kwang Rayfield Road. And I don't think that's good. And the way this is done is that nobody is punished. Now, something that is also happening is that, the light itself is also stolen. Because you don't find nobody is held.
Nobody is put in charge to monitor,
very well,
and protect and sustain.
Very well.
Yes, the light street projects.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well.
Yes.
But we can't keep having. I mean, one of those lights I understand. I can't verify. But even independent contractors, not even the one you get from the state government, has put the cost of one of those lights to be over 1.5, close to 1.6 million. One of them, just one. And so when somebody knocks that off, I think there's a way the state government should be able to hold those people accountable. Whether the community leaders or whoever, they should be able to hold those people ground and ensure that they go and pay for the replacement of such lights.
That is CCTV cameras in view.
In view, yeah, but this time around we need human CCTV. Who will be able to, because again, this is quite disturbing. I mean, that you have this brand new innovation, that has light up acid, and then people who are either drunk or who are reckless, who are whatever. Some of them are tripulated vehicles. They miss their way because your vehicles are not functional, and then you knock these things down, and then you go off. Nothing is done. Nobody is punished. Else, if somebody is punished or somebody is struck down,
those they are not even patriotic enough to go the next day to the Ministry of Works or whoever, or Ministry of Environment, and report themselves that I committed this act overnight, and I'm sorry about it. What do I do to replace it?
And that should be the attitude, that should be the spirit, and we're encouraging that should be done. Now we stay with Jos now, and we also got reports today that lecturers at the University of Jos have embarked on the strike. Now the VC of the university also had an interaction today with journalists on several key issues that surround the whole crisis, or people say it's not crisis, the incident around Jos, and all of that. But the point is that is 1 more salary they've not paid the workers. That's what we understand is their reason. I mean, the university teachers or lecturers, and they are embarking on a strike. Today is the 8th of April.
Yes.
I understand that March salary has not been paid.
And they are going on strike?
They are going on strike, sir.
We can only use this opportunity to appeal to them not to go. It's because salary is their right.
Yeah.
Yes. And if it is being infringed upon, if it is being tampered with, they have the right to react. But we'll say, as teachers, they are also fathers, they are mothers. Students look up to them. The nation looks up to them for us to have a future. So they should factor all these variables into their anger and the emotion of strike and tamper justice with mercy. Okay.
We don't actually know why their salaries and allowances have not been paid. And Jarbe Molos is the chairman of the Unijos branch of the Academic Staff Union. He says the entrusted action which took effect from today complies with resolutions of the National Executive Council NEC and the branch Congress. They said the decision followed prolonged patience by members despite delays in salary payments.
Can you excuse me before you continue?
All right.
You say is the salary for the month of March.
Of March.
Then that qualifier prolonged wait from March 8 days.
Yes.
Is prolonged.
Yes.
Prolonged wait.
Yes.
Okay. They are lecturers, so maybe there is something about prolonged they didn't teach us in school. Me, I don't know that one.
And again, they say the prolonged nature of this is a prolonged patience.
A prolonged patience.
Yes, by members despite delays in salaries payment, they had to take that decision. Now, according to the chairperson of the branch, he said after due process, they request all their members to abstain from lectures, the conduct of examinations, and statutory meetings as a salary for the month of March 2026 is yet to be paid despite our patience. That was what was contained in the statement by us.
They had just frustrated. It's like this double jeopardy. The last communication that came out of the university there indicated that students will return from next week on the is it 13th next week?
Okay, next week Monday
to resume exams.
Okay,
and then 1 week to the time, almost 1 week to the time, the lecturers are announcing a strike action that will imply that lectures, examinations, and allied, academic matters cannot take place. And you said the VC held a press conference today. I was private to it.
Yes.
I don't know what has stated that and the issues it canvassed at the press conference.
It was around the issues that border on the incident we had close to the university and all security matters concerning students. That was the summary of the press conference.
Because somebody should have asked him if he had a press conference today, that he announced that exams will resume on the 13th by next week and the students will be expected to come back. Now with this this development, whether on ASU position now, what is the fate of that notice he gave earlier?
And their anger based on some of the details again is not actually something that is not localized, right? It's from the National Executive Council, even though in conjunction with the local branch of ASU, and that their grouse is against or is with the Accountant General of the Federation, who has delayed this payment, even though the university bossa has done his own bit by preparing everything that needs to be prepared, but the delay is coming from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Anyways, that's how much we can say. We also appeal to government to also pay them.
Yes.
Pay them their emoluments, pay them their salaries, pay them their allowances, as it were, so that the lecturers, they are Nigerians, they go to the market, right? They can. So, and again, to also appeal to the lecturers that they should also have a bit of patience. This prolonged patience should be prolonged a bit more, so that they can, the Office of the Accountant General can do what is needed to be done in order to get them paid. Having said that, Mr. Odi, something very, very disturbing has happened or is happening in this city in the last 24 to 48 hours. Now, and it's a very sensitive issue, and I don't know how we can address it. A community yesterday, right, insisted that some members of their community who are arrested for whatsoever reasons and were in the week of the incident we had in last 1 week, were in police custody, were arrested for whatsoever reason. The community sued and they protested. That's the story we heard, that members of those communities unjustly in the suburb must be released. They were arrested. Are you following?
I'm listening, yes.
Now, and the story we hear is that even during the burial service yesterday, members of the community insisted that the burial process will not be concluded until those young men are released, right? Somehow, for the sake of peace, I think the authorities concerned, with no specifics, released those gentlemen. Then later, another community said that they were going to hold a protest today, right? That based on that position, that they also have a few of their people also in custody, and that they need those people released. And by yesterday evening, those people were also released. Study. Now note, I didn't call any tribe, I didn't call any religion, I didn't name any community, for the sake of fairness and balance, because we are not pro. But my concern is how dangerous and how inimical is this kind of posture. When people are held for what as I said, I don't know what offenses were committed, but for whatsoever offenses, and communities involved ask authorities concerned to let go of their members.
I would think that the authorities, that is, in this case, only government that can arrest. The same government that arrested these people only considered or yielded ground to these protesters and released these people because the same government is desperate to restore peace in the polity. I don't want to say they concluded investigations and found those people not to be guilty or whatever. But as it is, it means the protesters preempted for the outcome of the investigations and make certain demands that in the interest of peace, government had to yield grounds and release these people. But again, if I were to release those people, I will ask the community leaders or the representatives of the community certain questions, because they may have been arrested in connection with the things that happened. Now, will the community say they conducted their own investigation and found out that these are actually the perpetrators of the acts, for them to come for the release of the other people, or for them to establish the innocence of their own members and demand for their release? These are the kind of issues I would have asked if we were to exchange positions with the communities. But I think, again, it's a very desperate situation that the government has found itself. It wants to do anything legitimate or within its power to bring about peace. I think that is the reason why government yielded ground and released these people.
Okay.
Yes. But again, the community should be sure that these people are as clean as they claim. They should not go now and go back again and be part of or be found complicit in acts of maybe violence or whatever, that is criminal acts within the same community or elsewhere. And then once they get arrested, they come again and say we want them to be released. We want to admit that the emotion or the circumstances yesterday, the issue of the burial of those who died in that Angwarukuba attack and the rest, it was a very emotional moment. So government did not want stampers to flare again, so they had to concede to that position. But they must realize that this cannot repeat itself, because it is not the best thing for any group, any person or group to think that it can embarrass and humble a government to weakness.
Okay, I think you've succinctly, made this, and we just also like to appeal, right, to people out there that, again, just as you said, government will have to yield for the interest of peace. But I think, again, government should also not to be blackmailed, and even authorities concerned shouldn't be blackmailed to a point where, because where I fault maybe the authorities concerned, maybe the security agencies, is that immediately this happened, they should have embarked on the process, either to charge the people to court, right? Instead of holding them back for this long, and all of that.
How long? You see, they will tell you they have to go to court with evidence. If investigations have not been concluded, they can't proceed to court.
All right. We'll spend the first half of the show looking at issues around Plateau. I think it's good enough for us to now embark on a journey to the national, and talking about national space. Abuja was almost like a lockdown today, Mr. Odi, and I'm sure that you've been following all that has been going on, especially as it concerns the African Democratic Congress, the ADC. They are not lying low. They are not taking the humble pie. They are not acting like other opposition parties, like the PDP. They have taken their matters into their own hands, and they are pressing and putting the pressure on INEC, because, again, in the last 24 to 48 hours, another group different from Mr. Nafi or Rabiu, who was came up now to say that they don't, why they agree with INEC by the listing the names of the David Mark led leadership of the National Working Committee or National Executive Committee of the ADC. They also do not agree with Nafi that they are the ones who, are the INEC should listen to, and they are going to fill their own card. These are another group, you know. But today, I think that those who genuinely are members of the party, who the world knows are members of the party, came up today. You have the likes of Rabi Okwankoso, you have the likes of David Mark, you have the likes of Atiku Abubakar, you have the likes of Peter Obi, all holding hands and marching to the INEC headquarters, demanding INEC to recognize and stop, you know, being a tool, you know, to be used in the hands of whoever to subjugate our democracy. For me, I think that the ADC really are not sitting back, and they are willing to fight. They are willing to stake a claim. They are willing to rescue their party. They are willing to say, okay, look, we will not sit back and allow INEC in whatever way or manner. And I think that two things, I know that I'm saying, you know, I just want to say all that thing, not to confuse the whole issue, but I think that this is not the best time for Professor Josh and Mokita. Even before elections are conducted, you have been embroiled in controversies that are needless, controversies that are avoidable, controversies that you shouldn't even be seen or to be heard that you are part of. And I think this is most unfortunate that, and again, this is the kind of position that Seun Akimbaloye will hold, for example, and then somebody will say, why are you saying that we are going towards a one-party state? Your thoughts, Mr. Ode?
Let's start from, you said a new group has emerged.
Yes.
You know, on the APC matter.
On the ADC matter.
ADC matter.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, even you, if you want, you know, a fast business now, this evening, as we finish this press conference,
yes,
you can get enlisted. And this, your case can be entertained in court this night, you know, and an announcement made tomorrow. You address the press tomorrow that you have also got an injunction from the court on why David Mark, ESCO of the ADC, should actually be set aside. It is that the sponsorship of that business, that sponsorship, is the flourishing business now in town. It's one business where there are no losses. You can only make profit.
Really?
During this transition on this election eve.
Really?
Yes. It's a fast business because know that, you know, in Gombe they have expelled that nephew Gombe,
yes,
from the ADC.
That's right.
He has been expelled.
Yes.
Nobody is talking about it. He's waxing strong in Abuja and moving with security because he is serving a case in court against the ADC. You know, so that is a kind of situation that we have found ourselves. It's very unfortunate that by a few months, less than 12 months or 10 months to the elections, the Tinubu regime is degenerating into a very desperate and brutal, you know, regime.
That's why I'll differ with you, Mr. Odi.
No, when I finish, you have to yield the floor to me. You
okay,
finish, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, I'm yielding.
Yes,
I'm yielding.
Let me conclude my address.
All right, go ahead.
You know, you see, on the protest itself, I'm very happy. Tinubu should even thank God that they didn't carry coffin today. Today's protest is I was watching the whole thing. It has the trappings, the very strong resemblance of the same protest that Tinubu was part of against Goodluck Jonathan. You know, the dramatic personnel did not change much. They only added. When you bring in people like Kwankwaso and
Tambowal
and all those people.
Yes, Peter
Obi. But you see, what is that going to achieve? That is what will concern us. They protested, that is the news. What is going to be the effect of that protest? Because as I told you, the Tinubu administration is getting more desperate every day. The more he try to seize the ADC or any other party, waxing stronger, he does not have faith or confidence or trust in the electorate that they will re-elect him. So he's actually narrowing the path to 2027. So what will be the impact of this protest today?
Now, there's another layer. Can I interrupt you a bit?
Yes.
So there's another breaking news just coming in now as a result of that. We understand that leaders of the ADC now and the PDP and the PDP faction under Kabiru Taminu Turaki are currently in a closed-door meeting in Abuja. what we understand is that those present at the meeting are Senator David Mark, Vice Chairman of the ADC, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Kano State Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last election, Peter Obi. Others are former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, former Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawa, former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, and Senator Aminu Tambawal, among others. These are not political jokers.
Okay. Now you have used the word. I like what you have said. They are not political jokers.
Yeah.
My concern.
And in addition, sorry, Mr. Ode, is the fact that you also have Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde, national chairman, factional. Okay, they say it's factional national chairman. Turaki is there. Professor Jerry Gana is there. Former President of the Senate Adolphus Wabara is there. Former Niger State Governor Babangida Aliu is there, and other members of the National Working Committee of the PDP.
You see, my fear, which is a genuine concern I'm having,
Yes.
is that, you see, with all the sacrifices that Nigerians have made, with all the trauma that Nigerians pass through, with all the prayers that Nigerians have offered in churches and in mosques, this one person, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should not allow his own personal ambition to crash the democracy project in Nigeria.
How is it linked to ADC not being members to the list? The president has never issued a statement. He didn't mention that ADCO, let's come after. He has never done that. He has never mentioned that. So why should we appeal to him? What business does he have?
Your question is the kind of question that will cause lecturers to go on strike.
I don't understand. I just asked a very innocent.
That is like you don't understand basic elementary things in political science, that kind of thing. I'm talking here like giving a lecture, and it's like you are not following.
I'm just trying to ask. I'm speaking from the position of facts, Mr. Ode. That the president is it like, has President Tinubu come one day to say, look, I want to go after ADC. I want to cripple ADC. I did not members of the same ADC who are raising ADC and all of that.
You should come to the street or come to the television and make an announcement and ring a bell. Omale, are you there? I don't want to have any challenge or challenger in the 2027 elections. As a result of that, I'm sponsoring this, I'm sponsoring that, I'm empowered, giving Wiki an open check, to hold press conferences, to threaten journalists, to organize conventions in any party, to belong to APC and PDP and any other party. They said he must come and ring bell and say that before you understand the body language and how the man is dancing towards 2027. Is that what you expect from him?
So will it be fair?
Now I ask a question here, excuse sir. I ask a question here that these people who protested today,
yes,
you have already underscored, you have indicated the cream of people who participated in the protest.
And I said they are not political.
And I asked a question.
Yes.
I said the issue is not the protest. The critical thing is what result will the protest achieve?
I don't think we achieve anything much.
That is it so? And if it is to achieve any result,
yeah,
who is supposed to attend to the concerns raised by the protesters?
I know.
No, and the chairman can sack himself. I told you that in that popular body is becoming now the famous interview with Arise Television. The interviewer, that is Dr. Bati, kept reminding. He said the opposition, especially the ADC, have expressed lack of confidence in you. They have called for your resignation or that you should be sacked. I told that throughout the interview, which was like about 60 minutes or thereabout, the man never smiled for once. You could see tension all over him. He was sitting like a captive. He never smiled for once. Until
maybe his face is not a smiley face.
Oh, I don't think so. Those who know him in unit just say they have a different opinion from you. I don't think you know him.
Okay.
Two, he did not throughout this thing make a comment and said, if people don't trust me, he is a man of integrity. He will say, this is not a do or die job. I can go away anytime. Or if they have anything, if the president will appoint me, let him sack me. He did not concede to any of these positions. So you see, he's a very desperate person who must play the ball. Because that means he wants to keep the job. He wants to keep the job. That's why I'm telling you that since the man who is supposed to address the concerns of the protesters is himself an interested party and is not talking, since Amupitan is not ready to give up the job because he cannot even sack himself, he can only resign and is not ready to resign, the protesters will not achieve anything, and in the process, the polity will be overheat, and anything will happen.
Now, Mr. Ode, why don't you also look at this from this perspective, where most analysts and most writers, most journalists will not want to tread the path of the fact that you also have this Mr. Nafi or Rabi or whatever his name, and these people who are the ones coming up to now subvert the process. These are Nigerians. These are Nigerians. These are not Tinubu. These are not ADC. These are not APC. These are not PDP. These are Nigerians like you and I. How come they will now see something for, and then they will be willing
political jobbers are part and parcel of Nigerian political culture. When we were transiting from military to civilian rule, we had some people like Ato and Zerebe, and they were people who were obtaining judgments from the courts even in the midnight to stop democracy, to stop the transition, to tell you why Babangida's transition should not terminate, to tell you why Abacha was the best man that the country will have. We have been having such jobbers before. These other people who are emerging and going to court in midnight and returning in the morning, they are not different people. As I told you here, if you find the right connection now, you yourself will be addressing a press conference before morning tomorrow, challenging ADC or calling an online to be very strong and comforted.
Really?
You know? Yes, it's just what it is, just a connection. There is somebody that is keeping that money. It's just for you to get the right connection. Once he gets the go ahead, you get the alert. And then you mobilize your team. You make face scarf and t-shirts all this night. Just get printers are used to sleeping in their workshop. Just call a printer. They will do overnight. Tomorrow, wake it to Abuja straight. The crowd is ready. It's a business that is going on.
I didn't know you are this. Your entrepreneurial skills in political.
No. We have been reporting politics. We have been confronting and encountering tendencies in the political field.
But how dangerous is this, really? Because again, if taking off,
you are touching so many things at the same time. We are talking of a country where patriotism is alien. You understand me? They were talking of a country where no one knows of what is national ethos. We started example when you talked about people who are hitting down these street lights in the night and tomorrow not bringing themselves to account for it. We said we wish we had that kind of culture, where citizens know that I should not damage public property, or where inadvertently I do, I should submit myself for accountability. People don't think like that. And then you are expecting people who are without such orientation to think the way you are expecting, that they are seeing trouble. They are not thinking of Nigeria. They are thinking of their stomach and what they can earn immediately. That is what is happening. And that is what the system is investing on. Yes, they know they have inflicted hunger on the people. They know that majority of people are poor and broke. You know, and they know what it means for you to get. Look at, I tell you, this nephew Gombe, they call him. He's moving with escort now. Who gave him? How is he funding the escort?
Why must he be going with escort now?
That is the question. If he's sure of what he's doing. You understand me? So we must still repeat it. I've said it. I said this government is getting more desperate and brutal by the day. But it should not take us to where the democracy project will collapse or crash. Nigerians have suffered so many aspects of trauma, and we cannot afford to go back from where we are.
Mr. Ode, you know this program is solution based. This is where we are now. For the ADC, the PDP, what do you think they can do now?
See, the ADC has not. APC and its government should try and think of Nigeria and the greater democratic project for Nigeria to grow.
That's option one.
Number one, it should become disinterested in the affairs of other parties. Two, it should give Nigerians good governance and prepare to face Nigerians during the elections of next year. You understand me? Three, it should concentrate and fulfill some critical electoral promises it made during the last election, that is 2022-23 campaigns, and see what Nigerians should be able to do for them. They should learn to trust Nigerians. It is the fear of, the bad governance which Nigerians have suffered, hunger. People are frightened where they are. Even those who have 20,000, 10,000 in the bank, they are not sure of tomorrow.
What was the third option?
I've passed 3. I've passed to number 3 option. I've passed 4. I'm going to about 7 now. No. You are not counting well.
No,
you see, you are traumatized and you don't want to believe it.
I won't be traumatized by
you are no. See, you will not know. This thing is that God will say is like a spiritual attack.
No, I won't be attacked by Nigerian matter. No, sir.
Okay.
I refuse to be attacked.
Okay.
I will not come.
006464153.
Wait. Before you call the number, I will not be attacked. I will not be spiritually attacked. I will not be traumatized.
In
right?
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes. But I think that just before we get to the lines, I think that what these other people can do is to begin to talk to Saraki Dixon.
Siriake Dixon?
Yes, Siriake Dixon. He started his party. He's the one there. Go and just talk to him. And say, okay, look, at least we know ourselves and ourselves know us.
See,
can we?
I said something here that this Bola Tinubu's regime is getting more brutal and desperate by the day.
Yes.
They have plans for Saraki.
Yes.
Don't think they don't know what they are doing. I told you about long ago that this government has a more sophisticated and dangerous cabal than the governments before it. They have plans for Saraki. He has not reached the stage of execution. Oh, wait.
Do you have the intel?
Okay.
So the way you're speaking is like you have intel.
It's alright.
006464153. Let's keep it simple, straight to the point. And of course, today we are asking for solution. How do we manage the current political jigsaw? And of course, the buhaha that has characterized Nigeria's political space. How do we handle it? 006464153. Welcome to the show.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Suleiman Kwala.
Oh, Suleiman Kwala, can you turn down the volume on your radio set, please?
How is everything?
I'm doing
okay.
I
listened keenly to the discussion so far.
Yes, sir.
And I want to completely align with what Okande already said.
Okay.
Because democracy cannot strive in an atmosphere of impunity, in an atmosphere of executive rascality, in an atmosphere of intimidation, in an atmosphere of coercion. You can't coerce because today the ruling party that is today is as a result of the latitude or the breathing space they had as an opposition to flourish, to talk, to interrogate, to really hold government accountable, to insist on good governance and all that. And Nigeria is so reasons with why there should be a change in 2015. And of course, everybody, it was like a movement.
Yes, sir.
And they went. And today, if Nigerians say, no, entirely democracy completely is being emasculated, democracy is being strangulated, democracy is being completely, hold at the jugular in the process of wanting to kill it completely, where we have a one-party state, then where is the freedom?
Mr. Kwala, in just 10 seconds, what's the solution from where we are now ahead of the primaries that should hold in the next few weeks? What do you think can be done?
The solution is for the government of the day to allow democracy to survive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Suleiman. I'm sorry we don't have all the time, and there are lots of people who want to engage in the discussion today. Hello, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the show.
You see, the application has arrived.
Good evening.
You want to address a press conference?
Okay, this person is not listening. We're ready to talk with us. 006464153. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening. This is Manny calling from Georgia.
Always a delight. Welcome to the show.
I think all the people you mentioned were the same PDP members.
That's right.
Whether they are now AGC or the fractional PDP.
That's right.
If they really want to have a headway, they know what to do. And they know how to get back to INEC so that they can put their house in order and have a two primaries that will serve as a good opposition. But my own worry this evening Samson is that Okande has made us understood that you are the type of questions to ask are the ones that are making answers to go on strike. Let my children graduate, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Nai. I don't have any intention to ask any question that will make lecturers go on strike. It's not in my character. It is the figment of the imagination of the usual suspect on this show. And I will not be cowed. I will not be intimidated. Not to ask the right question or coerced.
Yes.
Not to ask the right question. But thank you very much, Madam Nai. Hello, welcome to the show. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, we have less than 5 minutes on the show. 08064641536. Let's keep it really very short. We don't have all the time on the show. Just call us 08064641536. We have a caller here. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Professor Samuel Anthony speaking.
Professor who?
Samuel.
Samuel. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah. This is not the first time that ASU, UJ branch, have been threatening government that they will go on strike if salaries were paid late. This is not the first time. Salaries should be paid on the 25th of every month. Other organizations have received their own. Why is that? That of lecturers is being delayed up to 8. This is not the first time.
Prof?
I can mention the time.
Prof? Prof?
So you cannot just say it's unfair that we should go on strike now. Thank you very much.
No. Hello, Prof. Prof, please don't go. Prof,
Yes.
please don't go. We didn't say it's unfair for you to go on strike. We never mentioned that, Prof.
We didn't hear what, sir.
We didn't say that.
But somebody was trying to say the exams are coming very close.
No.
No.
We didn't say that, sir. Just because so that your colleagues also will not misconstrue what we said. So, but the question I would like to ask, like, is it only peculiar to the University of Jos? Are there other branch of ASU that have not been paid their mass salaries? We'll be glad to know.
Everything, yes. The problem is for the office of the Campiana or the Federation.
Okay. So there are several branches of ASU that have also not received their mass salaries.
Oh, yes, of course.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. We appreciate you for your call. Thank you so much for calling us, Prof. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. 08064641536. We'll take our last call on the show. Thank God Prof didn't say my question. We'll make them go on strike. Prof didn't say that. And Madam Nai, that you're listening, all your children will graduate. I can assure your children will graduate. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Thank you very much.
Quickly, 30 seconds. Yeah, go ahead, 30 seconds, quickly.
Good evening.
One and only Samson O'Malley.
Yes.
Please, now, let the man ask questions.
From Canada, as usual.
Yes, Gentle, go ahead quickly, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, that is playing around our picture part. That's from my leg brigade.
Yes.
This never played during Shadai, during Obasanjo, during Yar'Adua, during Goodluck, during this being the worst president we've ever got in Nigeria. Buhari, why this has been playing only on Tinubu? So the hand of Tinubu, I'm telling you, was fully in whatsoever is playing on our opposition party without any apology.
Gentle, do you have proof? Gentle, do you have proof? Do you have proof that his hand is signed?
Allowed you. You gave him 30 seconds. He has given you.
Gentle, do you have proof?
In less than 30 seconds.
You don't have proof, Gentle. I am making this kind of accusation.
He has told you thank you, so
Okay.
we have to accept it.
All right, we leave it there. They call it political sagacity.
You see,
If
we
you are
left
able
here
to-
that day. You were asking me about Wike, and I was saying that we should punish Wike by giving him blackout. I hope you are aware, and I think I sent a story to that effect to you, that organized bodies like the
But they still granted news interview to a national television station
the
yesterday.
important thing is that other organized bodies have joined to say it should be given blackout.
All right,
as
we'll see
punishment.
you tomorrow. Bye bye from us on press conference.